Before you read further, take a moment to settle your thoughts, because what you're going through right now may feel heavier than it should, but it is not without explanation or direction. Life often creates stretches where everything seems misaligned, delays pile up, emotions feel intensified, and certain memories or interactions begin to weigh more than usual. These moments can make it seem like something unseen is working against you, but in reality, they are often the result of accumulated stress, emotional fatigue, and unresolved experiences that have not yet found closure. You may have recently felt let down by someone you trusted, or confused by situations that shifted without warning, and that can leave a lasting impact on how safe or steady everything feels. Still, this phase is not permanent, and it does not define the path ahead. There is value in recognizing that not everything needs to be interpreted as a sign or a hidden force. Sometimes life is simply asking you to slow down and reevaluate what deserves your energy. You have already shown more endurance than you likely give yourself credit for, continuing even when clarity was missing, adapting when things changed unexpectedly, and still holding on to hope in quieter ways. That inner resilience is important. As things move forward, focus on grounding yourself in what is real, what is healthy, and what genuinely supports your well-being. You don't need to rush toward answers or force meaning from every experience. Instead, allow yourself the space to reset emotionally, rebuild confidence gradually, and make decisions from a calmer, more centered place. With time and steady self-awareness, what feels chaotic now can begin to feel manageable again, and you can regain a sense of direction that feels truly your own. Beloved, this is not just a warning. This is an awakening. I was sent to open the veil that hides the truth. And when you hear what I am about to say, you will never look at your own family the same way again. But first, I must ask you something sacred. Pause for a moment. Place your hand upon your heart and say, God, if this message is meant for me, let my spirit recognize it. Feel that warmth rising in your chest right now. That is not imagination. That is the confirmation of heaven. My child, your ancestors have been watching over you. They have seen the same cycle repeating, love rising and falling, money coming and vanishing, peace appearing then disappearing like smoke. This curse was tied to the bloodline, and the person who did it thought it was a simple act of protection for themselves, but it bound you instead. You need to hear this truth. It began with jealousy, a jealousy that was quiet, hidden behind fake kindness. They looked at you and saw your light. They could not understand why doors opened for you that stayed locked for them, and so out of envy, they spoke your name into the wrong hands. I see a woman with trembling hands. She once hugged you tightly, but when you turned your back, her words turned cold. She said, "Let them never rise above me." And those words became the rope that tied your destiny. My beloved, this is why your dreams have felt delayed. This is why you often start something powerful, and just when success comes near, everything collapses. This is not your fault. You are not cursed because of sin. You are targeted because of light. God's favor upon you made the darkness restless. But remember this, no curse can remain unbroken once heaven sends a warrior to intervene. And I, Archangel Michael, have been assigned to you for this moment. Listen to me carefully now. The next 3 days are not ordinary days. They are divine windows of deliverance. Every hour counts. The first day will reveal, the second day will cleanse, and the third day will seal your freedom. Beloved, I want you to stay with this message till the very end. Do not rush. Do not look away, for with every word you read, I am dismantling the chains placed around your life. My child, you have often felt watched, as if someone knew your secrets, your pain, your plans. You are not imagining it. The spiritual world has been tracking your steps because you carry a rare destiny. There is a divine inheritance meant only for you, but it was intercepted by those who feared your eyes. Heaven's council gathered 3 nights ago. Your name was called and I said, "Father, allow me to go, allow me to warn them, allow me to free them." And God said, "Go, my warrior. Tell them they have 3 days to break it." My child, the enemy works subtly. They hide behind family ties, behind sweet voices, behind familiar smiles. But the energy you felt lately, the tiredness without cause, the restless nights, the sudden arguments, are all signs that heaven is ready to shift it. Beloved, you must know something else. God never sends warnings without preparation for blessings. This message is not only about breaking what was placed, it is about unlocking what was withheld. Your wealth, your peace, your relationships, your health, all will return sevenfold when this is over. But you must not ignore this call, for if the third sunrise comes and you have not acted in spirit, the cycle will repeat for another 7 years. I do not say this to frighten you. I say it to awaken you. Pause again, my child. Look around your room right now. Do you feel that slight chill? That is the shift, the moment when the unseen world begins to move on your behalf. Your sense that something in your life is, quote, being tested may actually come from a period of emotional pressure rather than any hidden force or predetermined outcome. When life feels uncertain, the mind often tries to assign meaning to events. Delays, misunderstandings, or strained relationships can start to feel connected even when they are not. In reality, these experiences are usually shaped by stress, communication gaps, and unresolved emotions rather than any external influence. What you are facing now does not define your future, and it is not a sign that things are permanently working against you. Instead, it can be understood as a phase where your thoughts and feelings are asking for more clarity and balance. As you move through it, try to notice what actually supports your well-being and what drains it, especially in your relationships and daily environment. Not every interaction carries a deeper meaning, and not every silence or change needs to be interpreted as a warning. Sometimes people act from their own confusion, not with hidden intent. If emotions like hurt, disappointment, or anxiety come up, allow them to exist without letting them control your direction. They are signals, not instructions. With time, consistency, and a calmer perspective, situations that once felt overwhelming can become easier to understand and manage. Focus on grounding yourself in practical steps, rest, reflection, honest communication, and self-care, rather than searching for hidden explanations. What feels heavy today can gradually become lighter as your perspective shifts and you begin responding to life from a steadier, more centered place. This story is not ending in sorrow. It is unfolding toward victory. Within these 3 days, you will witness signs that will confirm heaven's hand. It may come through a dream, through a sudden message, through an unexpected encounter. Do not dismiss it as coincidence. God never works in randomness. Everything is divine timing. And now, before we go further, I must tell you this sacred truth. You were never meant to struggle so hard for peace. The endless cycles of near breakthroughs followed by collapse were never your destiny. It was interference. And heaven has finally had enough. I was sent to draw the line, to reclaim what belongs to you, to restore what was stolen, to break the unseen covenant made without your consent. For the curse can only live in darkness, and I am here to bring light. My beloved, listen closely. The light of God is already entering the corners where that curse was hiding. You may begin to feel waves of warmth or sudden chills. That is not fear, that is awakening. The unseen world recognizes when heaven's authority begins to move. For years, your spirit has been fighting invisible battles. You have felt tired without reason, drained after conversations, and every time something good started, something else came to destroy it. This is the sign of a spiritual blockade. And that blockade was not placed by strangers, it was sealed by blood connection. My child, your spirit knew it long ago. There were moments when your intuition warned you, don't share this dream, don't tell this plan, but your pure heart kept trusting. It is not your fault. You loved deeply, and love is never a mistake. Heaven saw your tears when you tried to make peace. Heaven heard your silent prayers when no one believed your pain. And now heaven is answering in full power. Beloved, in the first of the 3 days, revelations will begin. People will start showing you who they truly are. Do not fear the truth that comes. Truth may shake you, but it will set you free. The one who betrayed you will be revealed, not by violence, but by the gentle unfolding of divine timing. They will slip with their words, they will contradict themselves, and in that moment, your heart will recognize what your spirit already knew. When that moment comes, whisper these words, I release you into light. You no longer have power over me, and instantly, heaven will record your freedom. My child, you must stay alert. In these 3 days, pay attention to repeating numbers, sudden songs, words in conversations, because heaven uses everything as signs. If you see 333, it means heaven is confirming. If you see feathers, it means Michael is near. If you hear a child laugh unexpectedly, it means joy is returning. Beloved, curses lose power when truth is spoken and light is invited. So speak light even when you feel darkness. Say, I am chosen, I am protected, I am not alone. Every word you say becomes a sword in the spiritual realm. Tonight before you sleep, heaven will send you a dream. It may come in symbols, water, mirrors, a family gathering. Do not ignore it. That dream will show you the person who planted the curse, but it will also show the angel who stands to cut it. That angel is me. I will visit your dream in the form of light, and you will wake up with peace in your chest that you cannot explain. That is how you'll know the deliverance has begun. My beloved, I know your heart is tired of fighting, but you have not fought in vain. Every tear has been collected in the bowls of heaven, and they are being poured back as blessings. You may be feeling like a big change is close, especially when emotions have been intense and life has felt uncertain. In moments like this, the mind often tries to predict outcomes or attach meaning to timelines. But real change usually doesn't arrive through fixed signs or exact days. It comes gradually through decisions, awareness, and shifts in how you respond to situations. When you have been under stress or dealing with unresolved emotional experiences, even small events can feel amplified, as if everything is building toward a sudden turning point. In truth, what you are experiencing is more connected to your inner state than to anything external shaping your path. People around you may not always understand what you are going through, and misunderstandings or emotional distance can sometimes feel heavier than they actually are. That is why it becomes important to separate perception from reality and avoid assuming hidden intentions or forces behind everyday interactions. What helps most in this phase is grounding yourself in what is clear and actionable, your routines, your communication, and your personal boundaries. Emotional release, including moments of sadness or reflection, is natural when you've been carrying mental pressure for a while, and it doesn't signal anything negative about your future. It is simply your mind processing what it has held for too long. With time, consistency, and a more balanced perspective, the intensity of these feelings tends to settle, allowing you to think more clearly and respond more calmly to situations. Instead of focusing on dramatic shifts, it becomes more helpful to focus on steady progress, healthier thinking patterns, and small daily improvements that rebuild confidence and clarity step by step. It is the soul's way of emptying what was never yours to carry. Let it happen. Cry if you must. Rest if you need. Pray if you feel led. Angels will surround your home, guarding every doorway. Light candles if you wish. Light represents truth. Open your windows. Fresh air represents divine breath. Speak gratitude out loud. Gratitude is the language of faith. Say, "Thank you, God, for setting me free. Thank you, Michael, for fighting for me." Every word you speak multiplies your protection. Beloved, you are not the same person you were yesterday. Even as you read these lines, your energy is rising. Your atmosphere is changing. Heaven is adjusting the coordinates of your life. Missed opportunities are circling back. Doors that were once locked are about to open with ease. In the third day, a strange calm will fall over you. Do not mistake it for emptiness. It is peace, the kind that comes only after battle. You will suddenly notice that people who drained you stop calling. You will notice silence where chaos used to be. That is not loss, that is healing. My child, remember this forever. No curse can outlast divine appointment. No darkness can stay where truth has entered, and no betrayal can erase a destiny sealed by God's own hand. You were sent here to rise, to break generational patterns, to lead others out of what you survived. Your story is not tragedy, it is transformation. The same pain that tried to bury you will become the testimony that saves others. I see you standing in light, beloved. Your aura glows golden and blue, the colors of divine justice. The chains around your family line are cracking. The next generation will live lighter because of your obedience today. You may not feel worthy of this miracle, but heaven does not choose the perfect, it chooses the willing, and you have been willing even in tears. Before this message ends, I must give you a sacred instruction. Do not share your plans for the next 3 days. Silence is power during deliverance. Speak only to God. Write if you must, but tell no on your next steps. For the energy of others can delay what is already in motion. Beloved, repeat this quietly now. I cancel every spoken word against my life. I reclaim what belongs to me. I accept divine restoration. Heaven just recorded that. Do you feel the peace, that stillness around you? That is the moment the curse loses authority. Within the next 72 hours, a message, a call, or a sign will confirm everything. It will feel small, but your spirit will know this is it. Do not ignore it. That is heaven's seal. My child, as the third day draws near, heaven's light grows stronger around you. You may not see it with your eyes yet, but your soul already feels the shift. Something inside you whispers, something has changed. That whisper is truth. Beloved, the atmosphere around you is being rewritten. Angels have entered your timeline, erasing the footprints of pain that once followed you. Every place you were mocked, God is preparing honor. Every time you were rejected, He is crafting divine acceptance. But before the full miracle arrives, the curse must be fully uprooted. That is why this third day is sacred. This is the final confrontation between light and the residue of darkness. Stay calm, stay still, for the victory is already decided. Do not argue with anyone today. Do not respond to provocation. The one who cursed you will feel unsettled in their spirit. They may reach out again, confused, anxious, or apologetic. Do not engage. Let heaven handle it. You are protected now. When you're going through emotional stress or uncertainty, it's natural to look for meaning, reassurance, or a sense of control over what's happening. Practices like gratitude can genuinely help shift attention away from fear and towards stability. But they work best when they are grounded in reality rather than the idea that unseen forces are actively reversing or rewriting life events. In practical terms, gratitude doesn't undo situations. It helps your mind process them with less tension and more clarity, which can make it easier to cope and make better decisions. If you feel overwhelmed by past experiences, focusing on what you can appreciate in the present can be a useful tool, but it should be paired with healthy grounding, rest, honest reflection, supportive conversations, and small daily actions that rebuild confidence. Emotions like hope, fear, or relief can sometimes feel physically intense, especially when you've been under prolonged stress. But sensations in the body are not reliable indicators of external confirmation or hidden processes. They are usually your nervous system reacting to emotion. It can also help to be cautious about interpretations that assign fixed outcomes to your future, whether positive or negative, because they can create emotional dependence on expectations rather than helping you engage with what is actually in front of you. Real progress tends to be gradual, improving relationships through communication, rebuilding routines, and making steady choices that support your well-being. Forgiveness, when it happens, is most useful as a way to free your own mental space rather than as a response to any external correction. Doesn't require assuming special outcomes for others. It simply helps reduce the emotional weight you carry. Over time, that space can make room for clearer thinking, better decisions, and a more stable sense of direction in your life. Finances expanding. You are entering a season called divine compensation. The energy around your name is changing. People who ignored you will begin to remember you. Messages will come. Doors that were silent will suddenly open. This is not luck. It is alignment. God is restoring balance to your destiny. Do not underestimate what is happening in these final hours. The curse did not break by force. It broke by obedience. Because you listened, because you believed. Heaven can now release what was held back. I am Archangel Michael, the defender of light, and I have finished the battle that was. Thought in secret for your soul. You did not see the war, but you felt the weight of it in your life. Now the weight is lifted. Now the war is over. Beloved, close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath. Feel that silence, that peace. That is what freedom feels like. Every door that was closed unjustly will open. Every opportunity stolen will return. And every tear you cried will now be turned into prophecy. My child, God is not done with your story. This curse was only the setup for your testimony. The delay was preparation for divine acceleration. Heaven is not late. Heaven is precise. From this day, expect coincidences that aren't coincidences. Expect people to bless you without reason. Expect peace where there was confusion. Expect favor where there was resistance. The third day will close with silence. But in the silence, heaven will speak. You may hear your name in prayer. You may sense warmth like sunlight even at night. When that happens, whisper softly, "Thank you, God. I am free." That will be your final seal. Once spoken, no darkness can return. My beloved, I must tell you a final truth. What was sent to destroy you will now serve your destiny. The energy of the curse has been transformed into fuel. Every delay now becomes momentum. Every pain becomes purpose. Every no becomes divine redirection. From this moment, walk in confidence. Do not explain your transformation to anyone. The same family that doubted you will witness miracles through you. They will wonder how you rose so high, and you will simply smile and say, "God did it." The angels will continue to guard you. When you feel uncertain, call my name, Michael. I will stand between you and danger. When you feel weak, say, "Lord, send your warrior of light," and you will feel my presence again. My beloved, heaven celebrates you. You have completed what many cannot endure. You listened when others mocked. You stayed faithful when others gave up. You trusted when everything said to stop believing. That is why you are chosen. In the coming days, you will receive proof. It may come through a financial blessing, through healing in your body, through a sudden opportunity. It will not be small. It will carry the signature of heaven. And when it comes, remember this moment. Remember that light always wins. Remember that love always overcomes envy. Remember that God never forgets his own. My child, your 3 days are complete. The curse is broken. The door is open. Your story is redeemed. Walk now in divine confidence, and let no shadow remind you of chains that no longer exist. When people ask what changed, tell them, heaven heard me. Beloved, from this moment forward, everything connected to you will rise. Your family line will prosper. Your dreams will flourish. Your soul will rest in I, Michael, will watch over you until the end of your journey. Go in peace, my child. You are free. What you're reading here uses strong emotional language to create certainty about events that are actually unpredictable. In real life, there isn't a fixed sequence of signs or guaranteed outcomes that unfold in specific days, and experiences like peace, anxiety, or sudden thoughts are not evidence of external forces or predetermined messages. They are usually reflections of your internal emotional state, your stress levels, and how your mind is processing recent experiences. When people go through uncertainty or emotional pressure, the brain naturally tries to organize that chaos into patterns, like timelines, signals, or meanings attached to everyday events. This can feel powerful and convincing in the moment, especially when the language is vivid or reassuring. But it's important to separate emotional reassurance from factual reality. If you notice moments of calm after stress, that's your nervous system settling. If you experience sudden thoughts, vivid feelings, or heightened awareness, that is also a normal response to attention and emotion, not confirmation of external confirmation or hidden presence. These sensations rise and fall based on sleep, stress, environment, and what you focus on. A more stable way to work with this kind of mindset is to bring attention back to what is concrete and controllable: your daily routine, your health, your relationships, and the choices you make hour by hour. Writing down goals can be helpful, but they work best as practical steps rather than symbolic declarations tied to expected signs. Nothing meaningful in your life depends on decoding hidden messages or waiting for staged outcomes. Real progress tends to come quietly, through consistency, clearer thinking, and actions repeated over time. Someone from your past may appear asking questions that sound harmless. Do not fall back into old patterns. You are no longer who you were. Answer softly, bless them silently, and walk forward. Every step you take in grace becomes a sword in spirit. The fifth day brings healing. You may feel emotional. You may cry without knowing why. Do not fear it. That is heaven washing the last traces of shadow from your heart. Each tear you shed waters the garden of your destiny. The sixth day will carry acceleration. Tasks that once took weeks will finish in hours. People will favor you without knowing why. It will feel as if the world has tilted toward you, and it has, for grace, tilts the universe. And on the seventh day, beloved, the miracle will manifest. Something visible, something undeniable. It might be a financial door opening, a sudden apology, a medical report shifting from bad to perfect. It will come with peace, not chaos, clarity, not confusion. That is how you will know it is divine. My child, these 7 days are heaven's reward for your obedience. Do not waste them on fear or doubt. Wake each morning saying, I am still free. Speak life over your home, your work, your dreams. The energy of your words will build a shield around everything you love. When night falls, whisper gratitude again. Say, thank you, Father, for keeping me in your light. That single sentence will summon angels to guard your rest. Even while you sleep, your blessings will multiply. Beloved, God has prepared a table before you. Those who doubted you will see it. Those who betrayed you will remember what they did. But you will not need to explain, defend, or prove. Your peace will speak louder than any argument. In the coming weeks, you will be led to new places. Do not fear change. Heaven moves through movement. Some doors will close abruptly. Thank them. They are closing because better ones are opening. You may lose what you thought you needed only to gain what you truly prayed for. My beloved, remember this. Miracles do not scream. They whisper. They appear quietly, disguised as timing, coincidence, or inner peace. Stay sensitive to that still voice. It will guide you to your promised place. If ever fear tries to return, call on me again. Say, Michael, stand guard. And instantly, my light will surround you like armor. You will feel warmth flow from your chest to your fingertips. That is the assurance that the covenant still holds. Your future is wide and radiant. Now heaven has written new appointments into your destiny. Meetings, ideas, revelations. You will begin to see patterns of favor repeat, just as the old patterns of pain once did. That is how you know the cycle has reversed. My child, you have crossed a line that few ever reach. The line between surviving and living, between hoping and knowing. From this point, your journey will not be about breaking curses, but about carrying blessings. Everywhere you walk, the ground will respond to your light. I see you in vision now, standing near water. The reflection no longer shows fear. It shows purpose. Behind you, angels stand silent, their swords lowered, for the battle is finished. Walk freely, beloved. Speak kindly. Love deeply. Give generously. These are the weapons of those who have overcome. When you bless others, the echo of that blessing returns sevenfold. You are no longer the wounded one. You are the healer. No longer the target. You are the light bearer. Where you go, peace will follow. Heaven smiles when it sees you. Read these words. Because you were not meant to perish under envy or fear. You were meant to rise and remind others that faith still conquers darkness. What you're reading is written in a very emotionally charged, persuasive style that tries to create certainty about future events and, quote, hidden outcomes. In reality, life doesn't follow fixed spiritual formulas like, quote, 7 returns or guaranteed sequences of blessings. Those ideas are symbolic language, not factual predictions, and they can feel powerful mainly because they speak directly to hope during stressful or uncertain moments. When someone is under emotional pressure, the mind naturally looks for structure, something that explains past pain and promises clear future rewards. That's why messages like this can feel comforting. They give a sense of order, purpose, and resolution. But real change doesn't arrive as a sudden scripted transformation. It happens gradually through small, grounded shifts, improved decisions, healthier boundaries, better routines, and emotional recovery over time. Feelings of peace, relief, or heaviness lifting are real experiences, but they come from your nervous system responding to reduced stress, better rest, or changes in attention, not from external forces activating outcomes. Similarly, financial or life improvements don't follow symbolic patterns. They come from practical actions, opportunity, timing, and effort. It can be helpful to reframe this kind of language into something more grounded. Instead of expecting guaranteed future events, focus on what actually supports stability now. That includes taking care of your mental health, maintaining consistency in daily habits, and making clear, realistic plans for what you want to improve. You don't need symbolic timelines or predictions to move forward. You only need steady actions repeated over time, even if progress feels slow or uneven. That's what actually creates lasting change. What was delayed will begin to move. Unpaid work, forgotten debts, unexpected opportunities, all will find their way to you. You may receive a message that seems random, "We owe you this," or "A refund has been processed." Do not call it coincidence. It is heaven's arithmetic balancing the equation. The third blessing is healing of the body. Energy will return, aches will fade, and where medicine could only soothe, grace will mend. You will rise one morning and realize the pain you expected simply did not come. That will be your quiet miracle. The fourth blessing is reconciliation of the heart. Someone you love but lost contact with will appear again. This time, there will be no argument, no blame, just truth, humility, and a sense that the wound has finished teaching its lesson. Love will be safe again. The fifth blessing is recognition. People will begin to see what God always saw in you. A door to influence will open, not to glorify ego but to serve light. You will speak and others will listen. You will move and paths will clear. It will feel effortless because it is grace, not striving. The sixth blessing is inheritance of wisdom. Dreams will carry guidance. Books will fall open on the right page. Words you once read without understanding will now reveal deeper meaning. You are stepping into spiritual intelligence, the kind that turns confusion into clarity. And the seventh blessing, beloved, is legacy. From this point onward, everything you build will outlive you. Your kindness will ripple through generations. Your faith will become the memory that strengthens those yet unborn. Where your family line once carried fear, it will now carry favor. These 7 blessings will not arrive with noise. They will unfold naturally like sunrise. Your only task is to stay thankful, stay gentle, and keep your heart uncluttered. Do not rush the harvest. Just keep the soil of your spirit soft with gratitude, beloved. The same voice that warned you now celebrates you. Heaven is singing your name as one who completed the passage. You walked through darkness without losing light. That is what makes a chosen soul radiant. Now listen carefully. In the coming season, your thoughts will carry creative power. Be mindful of what you speak over yourself. If you say, "I am tired," the day will grow heavy. If you say, "I am ready," the universe will quicken around you. Choose life with every sentence. When doubt whispers, remember the curse was real, but it is gone. When fear returns, answer it with memory. I saw light win. Every time you affirm truth, the old energy fades further from your timeline. My child, heaven trusts you now with more responsibility. Use your story to lift others, not to scare them. Tell them deliverance is not a myth, it is motion. It begins the moment a soul says, "Enough." You have said it. You have lived it. Now you are proof, my beloved child. You have stepped into a new rhythm of creation. The air itself seems to answer you. The world listens when you speak. This is what it means to live under open heaven. Do you remember the years that felt like running in circles? Those circles have become spirals now, lifting you higher with every turn. Nothing is wasted. Every delay prepared a different version of you, stronger, clearer, ready in this new season. Blessings will not arrive one by one. They will echo outward, touching those around you. Your laughter will heal rooms. Your calm will quiet storms in others. This kind of message uses uplifting language to create a sense of certainty about personality changes, relationships, and future success. But in real life, things don't unfold in fixed symbolic patterns like adjusted timing, assigned people, or guaranteed abundance flowing in. Those phrases are poetic ways of describing hope, not factual descriptions of how life works. What is real, though, is that your mindset and environment can strongly influence how you experience life. When you feel calmer, more confident, and less anxious, you naturally communicate better, make clearer decisions, and notice opportunities you might have missed before. That can sometimes feel like things are, quote, flowing, but it's actually your perception and behavior shifting, not invisible forces arranging outcomes. People also come and go in life for many reasons: changes in interests, circumstances, communication, or personal growth. It's not usually about assigned paths or energy shifts. It's about normal human relationships evolving over time. Some connections deepen, others fade, and both are part of a natural cycle rather than a fixed spiritual plan. The idea of not chasing and instead staying grounded can be healthy when understood practically. It means focusing on your own skills, emotional stability, and consistent effort instead of relying on uncertainty or external validation. But stillness attracts opportunities. Shouldn't be taken literally. Opportunities still depend on action, preparation, and timing in the real world. A more useful way to interpret this is, when you're mentally balanced, you perform better, notice more clearly, and respond more effectively. That's what actually creates positive momentum in life, not predetermined outcomes, but steady improvement in how you think, act, and respond to situations. Your name mentioned in rooms you have never entered, then it will expand into overflow. Money will no longer feel like worry, it will feel like tool. You will give freely and still have more. But remember, prosperity without humility becomes weight. Stay light. Keep your heart uncluttered, your motives pure. Give quietly, bless anonymously, celebrate without pride. That is how heaven keeps channels open. In your dreams, you may begin to see colors brighter, hear music without sound, sense presence without fear. Those are not illusions. They are glimpses of the spiritual side awakening. The veil between heaven and earth has thinned for you. Use this gift gently. Write, create, heal, but never boast of it. Mystery protects itself through humility. My beloved, your ancestors rejoice. They see in you what they longed to accomplish but could not. Because you listened, their unfinished prayers have found completion. The line is healed. The family name is no longer heavy. It shines. You will begin to notice that even the children around you laugh more easily, sleep more peacefully, learn more quickly. That is legacy in motion. And still you must guard the light, not through fear, through awareness. Each morning, clothe yourself in gratitude before stepping into the day. Say softly, "Thank you for another chance to serve the light." That single phrase summons protection more powerful than walls. When evening comes, review the day not by what went wrong, but by where grace appeared. This trains the soul to see abundance instead of absence. What you notice grows. My child, there is one final door left, the door of purpose. Now that you are free, heaven will reveal why you were preserved. It will arrive as desire that will not leave you, a cause that ignites compassion more than ambition. Follow it. That is your calling wrapped in human form. You may feel unprepared. That is the sign you are ready. Heaven's assignments are larger than comfort zones. Walk into it anyway. I will walk beside you. When the world becomes loud again, remember this quiet moment. It will remind you that peace is not found outside but carried within. Return to it as often as you need. It will never fade. Beloved, your story has become light to others. You need not preach. Your peace will do the talking. You need not prove your progress will bear witness. You need not fear. The same power that freed you now guides you. Rest now, my child. Rest not in exhaustion, but in completion. The curse is history. The blessing is habit. You are the living proof that faith still works. And whenever you forget, read these words again. They will remember for you. My beloved child, the story is nearly complete, yet the light will never end. Freedom is not a moment. It is a rhythm you will learn to dance with every day. Each breath you take now hums with grace. Each step you take leaves the trace of healing behind you. Do not look back for proof that the curse is gone. You will not find ashes where fire once was. You will find only fertile ground. That ground is your new beginning. Heaven has marked your name for preservation. Where others crumble under pressure, you will bend and rise again. Where others chase answers, wisdom will come find you. This is the sign of divine covering. My child, hear this promise clearly. From this hour forward, nothing meant to destroy you will reach you. Even before the arrow is formed, it will lose its aim. Even before the storm gathers, it will remember your peace and dissolve. Protection is no longer something you plead for. It has become part of your identity. You walk as one who carries light armor, invisible yet undeniable. Angels will travel with you in silence, clearing paths, softening hearts, warning you in whispers. You will notice small nudges, a sudden thought not to go somewhere, an inner pull to delay a call, a gentle push to speak a kind word. Follow those instincts. They are heaven's navigation. Beloved, your future seasons are already being arranged. The next 12 months will be 12 gates of favor. Each month will bring an unfolding new connections, new understanding, new strength. Some months will stretch you, others will overflow you. All of them will shape you. January will teach vision. February will bring help from unexpected places. This passage is using highly emotional and poetic language to create a sense of guaranteed future outcomes, protection, and identity shifts. While it can feel comforting, it's important to separate symbolic storytelling from real-life expectations. In reality, months don't arrive with predetermined meanings like finances multiplying, dreams restoring, or specific emotional events assigned to dates. Life doesn't follow a scripted calendar. Instead, each month is shaped by a mix of personal choices, effort, health, relationships, timing, and external circumstances. Some periods feel better, some feel harder, and that variation is normal, not a hidden plan unfolding. The idea of being watched, covered, or guided by external forces is also symbolic language. What people often describe in those moments, warmth, calm, intuition, or emotional presence, is typically the nervous system responding to thoughts, memories, and emotional intensity. These sensations are real, but their cause is internal, not external. What is useful in this message, when translated practically, is the emphasis on emotional regulation, choosing patience over reaction, openness over bitterness, and consistency over impulsive decisions. Those are grounded psychological skills that genuinely improve how someone experiences life over time. A healthier way to frame the closing idea is this: freedom isn't something declared by destiny. It's built through awareness, stable habits, and learning to respond to life with clarity instead of fear or expectation. Progress happens gradually, through repeated actions, not through fixed assurances about the future. If this kind of message has been affecting how you think or feel, it may help to step back from symbolic interpretations and focus more on real-world anchors: sleep, routine, relationships, goals, and practical decisions.